Hey y'all, welcome back to the It Ain't All About You channel. My name is Brian, and today I want to kind of dive into my opinion and also my experiences in the world of dating in the gay world. Anyways, so that's my topic for today. Hope you guys stick around and enjoy the video, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and also give me some good feedback because I am pretty new at this. Anyways, well, let's dive into it. So with this, I kind of want to share like I said, my opinions and also a lot of my experience. And my biggest issues I think I've always had with dating in the gay world now is kind of dating online with these apps and everything. It's so fake on so many levels. You're sitting there being swiped away, you're being judged, you don't have a shot. You don't have a shot for half these guys. If you meet them in person, you may have actually had a chance. For me, over the years, there's been times where online where a guy would just not give me the time of day at all. And I didn't like stalk or anything, but like message, hey, and then a couple weeks later, let's just say we ran into each other and it's like, hey, how are you? And I'm just like, like you couldn't even online. I'm like, what do you want? And it's a lot of those things get frustrating. Because it's like I said, online, all the profiles, they have all these demands in them. They're very politically charged. They have all the pronoun stuff it's showing you this kind of like there might be a nightmare to date. And when you break down into it, it's not like it used to be. I'm from a different generation and I'm used to going to bars or going to places and dating and meeting guys where you can see someone and you kind of get that first glance and you lock eyes and it's like, oh, hey, and you talk. And I miss those days. I miss those situations. I mean, met my first boyfriend of 4 years and we were in a gay bar and we met. And the second one, I went to the theater to see Dreamgirls. That was like in late 2000s. And we were together for 2 years. We were going to get married, but I'll talk about that later. But then since then, it's been, early 2010, 2012, someplace in there, apps just exploded and everyone is online now. Everyone wants to date that way. And for me, it's so impersonal. Yeah, people meet in bars all the time, but we don't have the bars that we used to. And that's another one of my talking points is gay bars have kind of been dwindling down. We have just a few here. We have our main one, which is basically a club and lots of twinks, lots of drugs, tons of straight people there. So you don't even know who you're flirting with half the time. You're like, oh, hey, you're handsome. And, oh, I'm straight. Oh, wait, are you, is that for sure? Or you just don't want me to talk to you? Like, it just makes it frustrating. We have a couple other ones, I think, that are just open to everybody, but it's gay owned, so gays go there, but it's still, again, lots of straights in there. And that's one thing I wish we could have back. We were so needing everyone to accept us and we need to have everyone open to come in. And it kind of took away the charm of going in and having a bunch of guys that you could talk to and you knew that, that they were gay. So you knew you had a shot. And now that's really not a thing. So you lose out on that. You lose out online because if you don't have a six-pack ab in your video, in your picture, or your profile is just wrong, or you're sitting just a little wrong in a picture. I mean, I met a guy a couple of years ago. We hit it off like crazy. We met, had a couple of dates, and I put on my temporary glasses because my other broke, and he didn't like them. And he made sure I knew he didn't like them a lot. And then I haven't talked to him since. Like the next day, he didn't because of my glasses. I'm like, okay, how? It's just, it's funny. It's also incredibly hurtful. But like, it's funny because it's like, how are people so crazy? Like they're just so incredibly crazy. And then you go from having app issues trying to meet their gay bar situation as complicated as all get up trying to meet someone. I told you all about that time where I was downtown last year and chatting with a guy and he asked me where I live. And I'm like, I live in Midtown. And he just was like, oh, you don't live downtown? And like turned, like just turned away from me. I mean, who does that? Like, it's so awful. So then you have those things, but then they dive into just getting down your pants. I can't tell you how many amazing dates I've had over the years where we're laughing, having a great time. Everyone's just clicking. This is going great. We're flirting like crazy, and hands are being touched and holding things, hands, holding hands, or touching legs, not anything else. And then maybe that night or the next night or the night after that, after a couple dates, everything's great, texting like crazy, and then the situation happens where we get a little busy, and then it's gone, and then it's done, and I'm like, okay, I thought you actually liked me. I thought you wanted to, but it turned out they just wanted down my pants. And my thought process on that has always been, just tell me in the first place. If that's all you're looking for, just be upfront, because I don't want to have to go in. I can change my mindset. I can go into it being like, okay, this is all this guy wants. So either I can make the decision, do I want to go on this date? Do I want to continue with any of this at all? Do I want to get some, like, or just move on? And but to take it away from you and to make you feel like crap and flirt with you to get down your pants and then move on and ghost you, it's just it's frustrating and makes you feel like crap. And part of my problem is I've always believed in love, and I've always thought like there's actually, you could have a good relationship and looking for a best friend and hanging out and just be a good relationship. And how do you get that when majority of the gay community is hyper overdrive on political stuff, only wants down your pants, and also wants to have 10 partners at one time to be happy? I mean, the amount of guys online that have open relationships, it's like majority of the apps are full of open relationships. It's like, can you give me a fighting chance to meet someone instead of just all open relationships or polyamorous relationships? It's like, in polyamorous relationships, I don't think would last long term, because you got 2, 3, 4 people, and someone always likes someone better in that group. So if you got 3 people, 2 of them are going to like each other better than the third one. So that third one probably eventually would just get ousted out, and then what? It's like, now you just wasted all that time. And I don't understand why people want to be put into that situation. I sure as heck don't, which is part of maybe the reason why dating has been harder for me too, is because I don't want to do that kind of stuff. I just want to have someone who is like my best friend, that we also a lot of stuff like that. And we go out downtown and have drinks and dinner, go walk on the boardwalk, and then head home, have a movie, and cuddle. Like, get out downtown before it gets crazy at like 11:30 midnight or something. But then it's funny is that most of the age group that want to date me now, though, are like the real young ones, because they think I'm like a daddy. And I'm like, when did I get to the age that I'm a daddy? I don't like that. I know technically I am in that age area now, but it just makes me want to throw up a little bit. And also, I ain't going to be paying for everything. I mean, I'm not made of money. I'm do all right for myself, but I mean, if I have a couple $1 million, maybe, but no, it's one of those things where, again, it's about money, and it's about just like the control stuff. And it's just not what I want. Like I said, it's just always been so complicated with the apps and everything else that's going on in the gay world. It's not a good time to try to find an actual relationship in the gay community. And I feel like they've actually been going downhill immensely. And I've talked about that before in other videos, and I'm going to talk about that a lot. I mean, I had my second boyfriend, then one I met at the theater. We went and saw Dreamgirls, and like, we had an amazing relationship, but he was a little older, 11 years older, and was so convinced I was going to leave him one day that it just drove him insane. And he ultimately kind of dumped me. And, and then, was it about 3 years ago? This was like 2010 when we broke up. So like 3 years ago, he texted me saying that I will always be the one that got away, and you always regret dumping me. And I'm like, aren't you with the same guy for 10 years now? Like, does he know that you're saying that to me? Like, and I was really kind of not friendly to him on that, because I've kind of always compared a lot of my guys' dates to him because he was incredible. But I just was like, dude, don't. You're making this hard for me. So I think those are some of the things I just kind of wanted to talk about. And I feel like if we can try to work on maybe like the less it ain't all about you, and try to find relationships and connections with people and actually talk and communicate, maybe we can fix some of the awfulness in the dating world. And also realize that, yeah, sex is amazing. I love it, but it's not the answer to everything. And eventually we get old, and then what? And then you're all worn out. And you have to wear Depends all the time because you're all worn out. Yeah. And I just want us to start to, like, again, find ways to communicate and be better with each other so we can actually have true healthy relationships. So anyways, that's kind of my thoughts on the gay world and dating. And yeah, anyways, but again, I'm still pretty new at this, so if you have any input or if you want to give me some feedback or something, please leave me a comment, but kind of be respectful about it. I am still new at this. But remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. And remember, it ain't all about you.